Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be doing some maintenance on the 29-gallon BioCube here in the living room. As you can see, it's really cloudy, overgrown, and not really happy. So long story short, one of my kids put about 2 handfuls of the algae wafers that I feed this tank on a daily basis. And again, well, I guess 2 toddler handfuls. It's still quite a bit. Either way, the whole bottom of the tank was completely covered with algae wafers. I did not remove any of them, and this is why. Basically, I knew that the nutrients was already pretty low in this tank. The grass wasn't growing as quickly. I mean, this jungle val grows quickly. As you can see, it's taken off. But other than that, I needed a little bit more nutrients to bring in some coloration and all that. And I got it. I definitely got it. So in this video, my plan is to remove all this extra jungle val, clean it up, trim it up, come over here and give it a nice haircut, remove a bunch of these snails, do a 50%, maybe 75% water change with tap water. Come back here, get rid of all these dead snails, clean the pump, top off the ATO, clean out this fan, and yeah. I don't really do much maintenance on this tank. I think once every 2 or 3 months I'll come in here and do a water change. Other than that, I just dose nitrates and phosphates, put in a little bit of algae wafers every single day or every other day, and then just do you know, some trimming of the plants. That's about it. Pretty cool tank. Definitely a mess right now, but hopefully by the time we're done with this video, it'll look pretty good. So other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so gonna trim back this jungle val just to about here. That way I can get some light penetration down to the grass and get some growth. So just kind of, yeah, I'm combing my jungle val. Anyway, I'm just gonna come in here and give it a snip. Nothing crazy. And I did bring up a 5-gallon bucket to get all this stuff. All right. Reminds me of a movie I watched the other day, the Mess with the Zohan, where he's cutting all this old lady's hair. Ugh. Should probably put, no, I would say I'd put some of that music in the background, but they'll probably flag the video. So just grab it, bucket. I'm glad this is the only tank that I have to do any kind of maintenance on carpet with. Definitely don't miss those days with the 125. Ugh. Concrete is really nice for carpet. Really nice for maintenance, because I can make all the mess I want and be okay. And you guys know that I make a mess. All right, so that's pretty decent. Of course, there's a ton of the jungle val growing in the front there. So let's go to move down and start getting that out. I just pull it out. So let me reset the camera here. Okay, so to remove this stuff, I mean, if you guys are not aware how jungle val grows, it sends runners underneath the soil and then just pops up all throughout your tank. So obviously I'm not gonna be able to get all the runners, so I just try to come in here and not destroy all of the grass here, but I try to get down to the root and at least snap it off. Now, if you want, so you get a little bit of the root, I can come in with scissors. I've done that before as well, so I just try not to make a, yeah, I want to use the scissors, but I don't want to destroy all of this grass, so try to get it up. And if you can't snap it with your fingers, you can come in and just do a quick, there you go. Again, trying to get as much of the root as possible. It's going to pop back up at some point, but you know, that's just part of jungle val. Anybody who's had a planted tank understands that. So again, trying to get out as much as we can. Come and give it a quick snip underneath the surface so you don't have roots sticking out. There we go. And yeah, so if anybody wants jungle val, let me know. I don't know how many of you guys have planted tanks watching the saltwater channel, but let's see here. And you can snap it off most of the time. So the media that's in the bottom of this tank, or the substrate, is just the shrimp, the little balls there, whatever the hell that planted media is. I'll just get a picture of it and put it on the screen. It's very easy, basic setup. It doesn't require really anything. And I have a bunch of neon tetras in here and ghost shrimp. I mean, the ghost shrimp are 2.5, almost, yeah, 2.5, 3 years old, something crazy like that. And they just keep, well, the shrimp can't have babies. They do have the eggs, but the tank isn't made for them to actually have babies, at least none that I've seen. But the neon tetras have had several babies in this tank, so that's pretty cool. There you go. Just a little bit of a process. Hopefully you guys can still see. It's getting cloudy, so almost done. Alright, so we do have some jungle valves sticking up here. What we'll do is just trim that back. Alright. I'll go ahead and reset the camera. Yeah, a little bit of a glare off the window, but it should be alright. So I'm not going to go all the way back because most of the jungle valve is back behind there, but I am going to remove a pretty good chunk of this. Okay, now that everything is pretty much cleaned up out of the main display, we still have to do the water change, but I got to get in here and clean off all these dead snails and all that crap that's in there. There's a bunch of detritus down, so I'm just going to use the shop vac and take care of that. Okay, so when it comes to doing water changes up here, I just use 5-gallon buckets, the standard water change hose that I use for the 300. And my goal is just to get all the extra leaves and detritus, anything at the bottom out. Probably drop the water to right here-ish and then fill back up with taps. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went ahead and took out 10 gallons of water. I have replaced it here in the buckets with fresh tap water. I guess you can consider it fresh at about 150 TDS. But anyway, you can use dechlorinator. You can use RODI if you want to use like Equilibrium or something like that. I've talked about that in my planted videos in the past. But for the sake of this tank and for the sake of the maintenance I want to do on it, I just use straight tap water. No dechlorinator, no extra this or that, and it does fine. So let's go ahead and top that off now, and hopefully not destroy the tank or make a huge mess. All right, one more. I'm just doing this with my hand in an attempt to not stir up the entire tank. All right, so that's pretty close. I'm gonna use the ATO to finish off the rest. And yeah, so let me go ahead and get these snails out. Now I got these snails from a local guy because I just wanted some snails in the tank, but they tend to breed pretty crazy. I don't actually remember the name of them, but as you can see, we pulled out hundreds of their skeletons in the back, and they do eat the plants to a certain extent, nothing crazy. That's why I try to keep the wafers in there. But yeah, never had any issues with algae in this tank for sure. But yeah, just gotta, I usually just pull them out whenever I see them. Try to keep the numbers down, but and then drop them back in the tank. All right, and drop another. You know something? We're done with that. I'll get the net and finish it off. But now the only thing left to do is top off the ATO. Okay, I got a 5-gallon bucket down here to use for the ATO, and the ATO Micro is what I'm currently using. Go ahead and get this full, and then just top off the tank. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and turned the pump on, and a fish just jumped over. Come on, bro. What are you doing? One of those little baby neon tetras. Really? Now I gotta try to catch you. Oh, where you at? Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. What are you doing? See? You're not supposed to do that. Anyway, I just went ahead and turned it on. It definitely needed to be cleaned. It was pretty messy. I'm actually getting some good flow now. So before I turn on the ATO and just kind of finish the system, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this filter floss in here just for the next 72 hours or so. I don't like to keep it in there because it just gets clogged up too quickly. But this will help polish the tank, and then just kind of go in there and pick out snails that are floating and all this extra stuff throughout the next 24 hours or so. Anyway, let's go and turn on the ATO, get that going. Then we'll finish topping off that back chamber, and then I'll show you guys the tank in about 24 hours once it kind of clears up. Glad I got that fish, man. He wouldn't have made it because it's definitely going to dry out back there. So it's the ATO Micro. Let's see if you guys can see. And we got a leaf down here. Have to get that out. But yeah, I try to keep the water level pretty high back here because then the sound of it kind of like splashing that you guys hear now won't be there. So I'll let that top off. Nothing too crazy, probably, you know, half a gallon or whatever. Nothing insane. And yeah, here's a little shrimpy, little ghost shrimp. Now these guys have egg sacs in there. He's like, no, let me in. They have a bunch of egg sacs underneath, but they never actually have the babies. The eggs just kind of sit there. You're gonna jump? Free Willy it, man. Free Willy it. There you go. Anyways, I'm done playing in the tank. A child, I'll tell you. Anyway, yeah, so the tank is super cloudy. Okay, so I'll see you guys in like 24 hours. And yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So it's been a couple days since I've done the water change, and you can see it's cleared up a little bit here. Now, I did go ahead and add a bag of carbon in this little mesh Ziploc thing. And yeah, it's been in there for about 24 hours, and it is starting to look a little bit clearer. Now, I probably will do another 50% water change here the next couple days just to kind of get through that excess nutrients. Of course, it is, again, a little cloudy, but nothing crazy. Tank looks a heck of a lot better now that I've trimmed it up. The fish are out more. The grass, this dwarf hair grass, is really going to appreciate the additional light. So that should start filling in nicely here over the next couple weeks. But yeah, let's check out the back here. Since I put this filter pad in here, look how many snails I have gotten. Now, I do plan on picking up some loaches and you know, filling in that that gap of predator for this tank. I need something in there that's going to keep these snails under control. Now, I don't mind you know, having a few of them. I do like the diversity of having snails and just the extra wildlife, but they do take over. They do eat the plants, and you can see just in the last, what, 48 hours, all those snails just chilling. So I will actually change this pad out tonight, probably change out the carbon in the next day or two, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's my easy, kind of self-contained BioCube freshwater tank. Really like it, really like the shrimp, like my pregnant fish. And I'll put a picture of her. She actually likes coming up when it's feeding time, and she went right into my hand the other day. So I'll post a picture of that. You guys can check her out. So yeah, like the tank, And you can see my kids love playing with the, they build little forts out of the filament rolls. And yeah, so I try not to keep too many up here, but they like them. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions, let me know. If you want to see any more of the planted videos or like the garden stuff or the hydroponics or any of that kind of stuff, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to make those videos if you want to see them. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.